Hey guys. Hey guys, if you're new here, then I am Lydia and I am a runner slash ultra runner, and I usually take you on runs with me, but this is going to be a little bit of a different video because I got diagnosed with PCOS about a year ago, and I've just found no information for runners about how to heal, how to, balance your hormones. So I'm currently on a journey to do this, but also carry on running and ultra running because it's my passion. So I thought, while I try and heal, why don't I take you along with me for the journey and see what works and what doesn't work. Currently in England, it is beautiful weather outside. I'll just show you before I get into this. Beautiful. We're about to have a barbecue downstairs, so and also don't look at my hair. I know it's a bit wild at the moment. It's been tied up all day after my run. So yeah, let's go on this journey. So what is PCOS? Well, it's an imbalance in hormones. 1 in 10 women actually have it, but it means that your hormones are out of whack, and I got diagnosed with this a year ago, and I have cysts on my ovaries, and the more I tried to look into it and get information on it, the less I sort of found on athletes that have it or runners that have it. So everyone was giving me different information, how to heal, how to do this, how to do that. And I thought, well, let's take this information and sort of test it out and see what happens and document the journey while I carry on running, because I don't want to give up running. That is the one thing I don't want to do. No one really knows the cause of PCOS, but it can be hereditary, it can be down to insulin resistance and your diet, as well as causing a lot of inflammation. So with that, I'm going to try and change bits of my life to try and heal without medication. If you see me looking over here, it's because I have some notes on the side because my brain can't compute that much information at once. So what are the symptoms? So the symptoms are irregular periods, heavy periods, hair growth on the face and the body, acne, weight gain, or it can be really hard to lose weight, male pattern baldness, so losing hair, thinning of hair, darker skins around like your armpits or creases, neck, groin, and then also a lot of headaches due to hormones. So they're the major symptoms that people sort of have. Not everyone has them, and there are other symptoms as well, but these are just sort of the overarching ones. So what are my symptoms? My symptoms are hair. I'll put pictures up on the side, but I have hair that thins at the top, and so it's almost like a receding hairline. And then I also have patches of hair that come out. Now this is usually down to stress, but I will show you a picture. I have one at the top of my head, and through university I had one at the back of my head, and this is an actual bald spot. I have irregular periods, and I also have headaches randomly throughout the month. And then I also have cysts on my ovaries. Now, that was something I had a scan for, so not everyone always knows that they do when they have this, but that is something that I do. Now, along with this as well, I also have a thyroid condition, which means my thyroid is underactive, so that affects your metabolism, and it can also make you insulin resistant. So that's what I have. So this is where the problem came in, and this is where I sort of want to fix this and sort of try and help people understand. and myself understand, because I was told, one, weight loss, great for this, but I run over 100 kilometers a week. I don't need to lose any weight. I'm at a healthy weight, and weight loss would make my hormones more imbalanced. So I want to explore what other situations would help out, because I just can't be just weight loss that helps, because it's not going to help me. So the second one was reduce cardio. Now that is the worst thing you want to hear as an ultra runner, because the one thing I love doing is cardio. So that's not going to happen. And to only do low stress exercises, so lifting weights, things that keep your heart rate low, things that basically don't stress the body. Now that is great to do alongside, but that's just not going to work in my scenario. I can't lose weight and I can't stop running. So two things the doctor told me to do, I can't do. So I'm going to have to find another way around this. What is the recommended help? So along with what I was recommended, the other things are diet, supplements, stress, and medication. And by stress, I mean stress management, not just stress. So what will I be trying and ruling out? I want to rule out medication. I was on levothyroxine for my thyroids, but my mood swings were crazy. So that's something that I want to be able to move away from. Now, this sort of divides people, because a lot of people say you should never come off it, but also there is a lot of people that have come off it and feel that they have healed their hormone imbalance and thyroid. So I'm gonna try and come off it. Well, I am off it at the moment, but I'm gonna try and carry on off it and see if other remedies will help. And also the other one is birth control. A lot of doctors recommend people on birth control, and I just think that messes up your hormones even more. What I will be trying is changing my diet and seeing if the way I eat and heal my gut will impact. Stress management, and then also supplements. So with those, I'm going to try and see if it helps. So the first one is vitamins. I've made a non-alcoholic gin and tonic. So I'll list the vitamins. Vitamins, I'm going to say it wrong now. And then I'll just go over which one, what's for what, and what is for what, and what will help with what. So, biotin, zinc, magnesium, vitamin D, folate, Myo-Insitol, I'm going to say that right. They're the ones that I've been looking into that would help. Now, there is a lot of vitamins that people recommend. You know, if you have thyroid problems, you should take this, PCOS, you should have that. There's so many recommendations out there, especially looking on social media. I'm like, but I've narrowed it down, and I'm going to take biotin for hair. That won't help with any balding or thinning that's already gone on, but it will help with new hair growth and thickening of the hair, keeping it nice and strong and healthy, the stuff that I have, because with PCOS you can have a lot more breakage in your hair because you have more male hormones. So that one. Zinc, we're going to have some zinc in there because, oh look, there we go, there's some hair falling out now. Then we have zinc, which will help with inflammation, and it also aids with cell regrowth. So that's going to help with that. I think that's great. I'm going to definitely take that. Magnesium. Now this is one for runners as well. This helps with PCOS, but also runners should be taking this anyways. This helps with insulin, and it also helps runners or athletes in general recover. So really good to have magnesium, and usually good to have before bed. Then vitamin D, this is another one that is great for runners or athletes. because it helps you absorb nutrients, and it's also really good for your bones. Now, I know you get it from the sun, but I live in England, so definitely taking extra vitamin D. Myo-Insitol, I really hope I'm saying that right. But this is a really good one for people with PCOS because it helps your insulin levels and improves blood sugar. So this is sort of recommended to take twice a day on an empty stomach before you eat. Hair loss. Now, obviously I'll be taking biotin, which will help with my hair. But along with that, I will be putting on Regaine, which is so this is actually for men, and it is for regrowth of men's hair. It is prescribed for people, even women, that have bad cases of male pattern baldness. So I put it on the sides of my hair and also on my bald spot. So as this journey goes on, I will keep you updated on if I get any new growth, if growth come back, or just in general, what happens with that. So yeah, another one I'm sort of on the fence about because I never know if it actually works, but we'll give it a go. Diet. Now this is one of the major ones, and one that doctors and people on social media always recommend is changing your diet to benefit either PCOS or whatever immune disease / thyroid problem that you have. So with that in mind, I'm currently a vegetarian, and I've sort of flip-flopped between being a vegetarian and a vegan for a very long time, with very, very, very small bits of meat here and there, but hardly ever. And I think this might have to change to try this diet. So we're gonna give it a go. We're gonna put the vegetarian meat to the side, and we are going to do the AIP, which is anti-inflammatory protocol, because if it doesn't work, we go back to my ways of being a vegetarian. So with that in mind, there is so many recommended things out there for PCOS, you know, dairy-free, egg-free, gluten-free, try this, eat loads of these nuts, don't eat loads of that, and it is so confusing. I'm going to try the AIP way of eating, because you basically reduce all inflammatory food down to a certain handful amount of foods. And then once you've been on that for a while and you've healed your gut, you slowly reintroduce foods. And that way you can see what flares up your system, but also it means that you've healed your gut and you should be able to reintroduce most foods and be fine. In the theory, that works. I am sort of nervous about this with running though. Yeah, how am I going to feel on all runs? I like all sorts of random stuff. And pastries. AIP diet. I don't really want to call it a diet because it's not a diet. It's doing it for a short amount of time and then reintroducing foods. More of like a bit of a change in lifestyle, because I'm not tracking calories, I'm not reducing anything, I'm still running the same amount, so still fueling the same amount. So nothing's changing, it's just what's going in is going to change. You eliminate foods, reintroduce them, and I'll probably do another video on this, going into it more in depth in the way that I'm going to actually do this and how I feel about it, and give you updates on it, but also how it affects my running, how I'm able to run on it, because it's going to be a lot of trial and error, I think, because I feel like when I got into running, it was a lot of trial and error anyways, to understand how to fuel, what I fueled best with, how I did everything. So this is like sort of changing the system that I have in place. So how am I actually going to measure this? It's kind of hard, but obviously with my hair, I'm going to be taking pictures and taking you through that journey and seeing how much hair grows back. I'm hoping that I notice like less bloating, less stomach pain, tracking how I feel as I go along with this. Do I have more energy? I'm constantly tired, and I know I run a lot, so obviously that's a thing, but I'm getting like 8 hours sleep and still being tired. So I think there's ways to measure this that aren't particularly, it's not going to be set in stone, sort of like, I noticed this. And then also my goal is to get my periods back to normal. So please like and subscribe and follow my journey with me running and healing my health. I know it's a little bit different than my usual running videos, but still, I'm not a dietitian, so don't take everything, or a healthcare professional or anything for that sort. Just don't take my word